it was a stroke of luck that the Katon Festival was exposed recently. And because it was this festival, the Katon Festival, is held every year for the past, 15, 20 years, for donkey years. For every single year, and not just in Kelantan, but in Kelantan and Terengganu. And it's actually a free event. Sorry. I know too many things.
Think of what you can say, what you cannot say. Remember?
All right, welcome everybody to GMT8 podcast. Today we have Rizal Kamal, who is the president of ALIFE, which is the Arts, Life Events and Events Association of Malaysia.
Close enough,
right? Close enough, right?
It's a long acronym.
Right? And he is also the CEO of LOL Asia, bringing in some of the biggest names in comedy into Malaysia. So welcome, Rizal.
Thanks, Ching. Hey, DJ, what's up?
What's up? I know this guy too long. So, like as we said, we've been in the industry long time. The question is, how is this industry still alive?
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Post-pandemic, it's been fantastic. In terms of globally, even, 2023 has been the biggest year in live performance in concerts and shows ever in the history of humankind.
Wow.
Huge.
Ever. History of humankind.
Surpass 2018, 2019 level. The concert industry has been slowly going up, and it totally died during the pandemic.
Exactly. That's why.
Nobody was working, but there is, I don't know what you call it, revenge spending. People cooked up at home, like YOLO, and suddenly people just love and miss live shows.
Right.
So 2023, recently, Polestars just released statistics, and it's the biggest year in concert ever.
But has the whole experience, the thinking, everything changed, or is it the same or even crazier?
It's crazy
after
because
the pandemic?
I think there is a deeper appreciation in being there at the moment.
Correct.
Few things that really went up. Travel. People, you can. Oh my God, you can't even travel now because ticket prices and hotels are so expensive. Combined with what is called music tourism.
Right.
Music tourism. So people are traveling. People don't mind traveling for concerts. 6 shows in Singapore for Taylor Swift. 6 shows for Coldplay. That's unheard of. There's 50,000 tickets per show. That's 300,000 people going for one concert. It's crazy.
Correct. That's like half of Singapore. No offense, Singapore. Calm down, everybody.
Well, Singapore. Talking about Singapore has been winning in the events scene, right? Relative to Malaysia.
Definitely. Not just Singapore. I think Singapore is winning big. Thailand is winning big as well. They had the Songkran Festival middle of this year, and they had about 600,000 people attend. 50,000 of them are Malaysians.
Wow.
Fantastic.
So Malaysians like water, just remember that.
the other W, water. It's that combination. So it works.
So I mean, why the discrepancy in losing out to our neighbors like that? Of course,
we went straight to the elephant in the room. Hi, elephant.
That's what people want
let's talk to the elephant in the room.
Why is that?
Well, the number one, let's break it down into a few parts, right? Number one is regulations. All right, it's Singapore is actually highly regulated, even in the concert space. It's highly regulated. If you go into Singapore and you want to do a concert, you have to read it, but it's there. It's there. It's clear. A, B, C. How you do things. Easier to get permits.
Wait, there and clear. So in other words, it's
long.
This is
what you have to do. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, blah, 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 blah.
The whole alphabet keluar.
The whole alphabet keluar because Singapore is so regulated.
Faham.
All right. And then we have Thailand.
Okay.
You don't understand what's going on. Yeah, you have to just rely on the locals to tell you, oh, okay, this is what you can do, this is what you cannot do.
Correct.
Let us settle the permit issues, regulations, and pretty much anything goes in Thailand. It's a little bit cowboy.
Yeah.
So in Malaysia, it's a little bit of both. We were in between.
Right.
Yeah. There is some regulation, and we're still working the regulations.
Right.
It can get very confusing. It's like, can you do this? Can you do that? Can this act come in? Can this act? Will this act be banned? It's really confusing because of two factors: regulation, and we have the political headlock happening. So when artists who wants to come to Malaysia, they're like, Should I not?
Yeah, understand.
Yeah.
Okay. When you talk about the regulations here in Malaysia, is it specific like Singapore or is it vague?
It's difficult to understand.
It's hard to see that like sometimes one artist is here and everything is okay, then another one's not, then everything is not. And then like I don't see much difference, but why?
Because there is one cultural aspect where we have to take care of.
Okay.
And it's because we are primarily Muslim.
Okay.
And when we have there is the guideline, right?
Right.
The guideline says no sexy clothing.
Correct.
Right. No sexy clothing. You can't say foul language.
The radio lah. You want to explain lah. Last time radio cannot talk a lot of things. But then there's way to skirt around it too. But yeah, so those are. But it's vague, right? It's not like set in stone.
No, it's not. It's clear, but it's grey. Oh. Yeah, when you say like, okay, what does sexy mean?
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Is sexy.
Yeah.
Blackpink came recently and they were sexy, super sexy. Yeah,
but they are okay sexy or not okay sexy?
They perform and they weren't stopped from leaving the country.
Yeah. So they were okay sexy.
Okay sexy.
Faham. Then if like Shakira comes, there will be not okay sexy.
So they have to like imagine what the artist is going to wear. Because Sabrina Carpenter came during Good Vibes. Oh man, she was nicely well dressed.
Yeah.
Well dressed. She was like super sexy.
Yeah.
And I'm happy people in the government was there, but
it's
not an issue. Because nobody create an issue. Yeah.
Right. Okay. You brought it up. Create issue. Sometimes I at least this is my belief of it lah. The ban comes from not the asking whether they can come. It's they're coming, and then some groups of people who believe their acts or their comments will send them to heaven. So I'm wondering, is that the reason why we have problems, or is
that is one of the key reasons, to be honest, because the government of the day of today, I believe, are really looking and wanting to have the economic benefits, both the economic benefits and the cultural benefits of having concerts and shows in Malaysia.
Correct.
Right, and the economic benefits are crazy. We'll discuss in a little bit.
Yeah.
But because of this opposition of the conservative voices are quite loud. And sometimes it comes to a scary. Are they gonna protest? Are they gonna bomb the place? People who are not from Malaysia, people are not Malaysia. They think that am I gonna get attacked? So there is that safety factor as well. They have to consider when they do not have to consider this in most other parts of the world.
Right. So that's why the people who can spend the money don't come here. What? I'm just being. Did I say something wrong?
I mean, when you're thinking about cost benefit analysis.
Cost benefit. Okay, look at it. Okay, for people who are wondering, go watch our past GMT8s when we got economists and people who talk about numbers there. One of the important things is making sure you have a diverse income coming in. Talking about different groups of people coming in. So if you block one form of income coming in, then don't expect your back end, your GDP to go up. So that's...
And then we really need it.
Yes.
We not like really need it. We really need it.
Correct. So that's the tricky part about that. So how can people get involved in nudging the government towards a better place? I'm using good words, right?
Or maybe we also need to define what is this better place.
Oh okay. What's a
places?
better place? And then how do we nudge them towards this better place?
What we've been fighting for is number one, for the media to not give certain people airtime or space. You know, sometimes they're nobodies. They're not even like the top political people. They're nobodies. One dude just say, no concert. If you do concert, you know, they will, Bala will come. And then they put it as a headline.
Right.
Yeah. So the media has to play that part. That's number one. Number two is, you know, it was a stroke of luck that the Katon Festival was exposed recently. And because it was this festival, the Katon Festival, is held every year for the past, 15, 20 years, for donkey years. For every single year, and not just in Kelantan, but in Kelantan and Terengganu. And it's actually a free event. Sorry. I know too many things.
Think of what you can say, what you cannot say. Remember?
It's a sponsored event. It's free. And people there say anyone can go.
Okay.
Whether you're Muslim or you're non-Muslim, anyone can go and enjoy the festivities.
Okay.
And they have these sexy dancers there. So if you are, your own backyard, you have this kind of events, why you want to like attack those in the capital, especially?
Interesting.
Then it really exposed hypocrisy. That's number one.
Of course.
And number two is just a political maneuver. When the party attacks a big name, Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez a few years back, and Beyonce before, and then Coldplay, they get international attention. They get international headlines, and that's what they want. If to have the Katon Festival in your backyard where they like close one eye and then attack the capital.
Because you're in the know-how, there's no noise about the Katon Festival?
Oh no, if you Google it, it's sort
of...
As in
noise, as in kacau.
Kacau what?
Orang kacau the Katon. Tak ada orang kacau Katon.
Well, no, everyone was just having fun. How often do you see super skimpy, sexy women in Kelantan?
JJ wouldn't know that.
It's a cultural, it's a religious event. It's a cultural event. It's meant for the Buddhist people, the Thai Buddhist people that lives in Kelantan. So it was allowed.
Which recognizes our diverse culture, because we do have diverse cultures and all the different races, religions, and so on and so forth. So we should celebrate each of them.
Yeah, why not? No, you don't have people in the capital complaining that you shouldn't have that this kind of, it's too sexy.
I'm complaining sebab tak ada bus pergi sana.
So sharing about that, we see this plastered on the headlines and social media. And media, they are in the job to gain eyeballs, right? And naturally, they are incentivized to get all of this, right? So, is what's being sensationalized and what people are seeing online reflective of the grassroots level? Is that how the locals actually think about the events?
For me, I don't think so. Because there is a significant amount of cyber troopers. And I really believe it's out there, because when you see all the harshest comments, really whacking Coldplay or concert, haram, jatuh bala, harara hujan lebat, and you click on their profile, they're cyber troopers. You can tell, right? It's dodgy, the profile's dodgy, no posts, and so forth. And I kept clicking different profiles. They're cyber troopers. So these political cyber troopers is a big thing in Malaysia, and it really it forms it changes people's opinions, it sways. So there are, of course, the conservative voices who reads this kind of comment. Hey, I think like that too. and they support, and this voice of dissent grows.
Right. So okay, we got to get back to the good place that we want to nudge them to. What is a good place then?
Okay. What's great about Malaysia in terms of the concert scene, right? People love coming to Malaysia. All right. We have the highest number of tourist arrivals in Southeast Asia. Okay, probably due to the traffic from Singapore to JB or Thailand to Kota Baru and whatnot. But fair enough. Still, every country with a border has those kind of numbers. You can see why Manila, which doesn't have a border with another country, their numbers are much lower.
Right.
It's not saying that the number of people flying in. If you count tourists flying in, then we might have a different number.
Right. Easier access to us.
Easier access. And we have a great infrastructure. We got a few very nice concert hall, ZEP KL, Megastar Arena. We have Axiata Arena, Bukit Jalil. Quite a few KLC, many nice concert halls, which can actually match the amount of theatres and halls in Singapore. They have a limited space. Right. So we have, and we have the capacity to grow on that. So we have great currency. We have a great infra. And great food and other things.
And price point is good too for foreigners.
Yeah. So you just have to give people a reason to come.
Right.
How many times can they go to KLCC and KL Tower and Zoo Negara and whatnot?
Correct.
You bring a big artist down and then, oh my God, big artist, this is my favorite artist. People from Bangkok, Manila, Jakarta, Singapore, all over will fly down. It's the same thing that happened with Singapore. Out of 300,000 tickets sold, for Taylor Swift and Coldplay, that's 600,000 people. The estimation by the economists in Singapore is a minimum of 100,000 per concert are foreigners. So can you imagine 100,000 foreigners?
That's money spent in the country.
And not my numbers. They estimate spending 2 nights in Singapore. Hotels are so expensive. The flight spending and all is an average of about 3,000 Sing dollars per person. Right? You calculate that.
I wish I got a calculator.
That is 300 million Sing dollars per concert. Right? That is the amount of money that is brought into the country. It's crazy, right? Ridiculous. So we have to have that capacity for Malaysia as well. So once we push away all the noise, and then we are able to grow, then we can have this kind of economic benefits as well. Why not?
Fair enough. Okay, so the good place is where noise is minimal.
Noise is minimal. Currency. Well, the pros and cons.
Of course.
Cheaper currency, people can fly in, but also, the artists don't want to stop.
Correct, because
they make more in Singapore.
Correct.
Just based on currency exchange.
Wow. So, but it's a chicken and egg situation. If you increase the likelihood for people to come, the GDP goes up, currency gets better, everything so on and so forth, and then you have more people coming in as well.
For us, concert producers, of course, we want stronger Malaysian currency. So because a lot of the artists we pay in US dollars.
Right.
They quote in US dollars, we pay in US dollars. Even Korean artists we pay in US dollars. American artists we pay in US dollars.
Everything.
Even in the Indians, they quote in USD now.
Very good.
Very good.
Jolly good. I'm just saying. Okay, so we now know the good place. How do we nudge?
How do we nudge? Okay. There must be, number one, a willpower by the current government. Number two is we need cooperation between the 3 key ministries. Number one, Kementerian Technology Digital, KTD, which is now run by YB Fahmi and YB Gobin.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Number 2 is MOF, where the taxes must be right. The taxes, because taxes affect a lot of things,
Correct.
Number 3 is Tourism Malaysia. So Tourism Malaysia as well, to me, they have not done much in the industry. They've pumped in money for concerts, but they are not supporting the regional marketing plan.
Right.
Compared to Singapore.
You
click on visit Singapore, and suddenly all these shows and concerts you'll get it, in your feed. But we don't have that kind of program in Malaysia.
Interesting. And that's a job opportunity for someone to build something like that. Talk after this. So that's the good one, lah. All right.
So given the political landscape that we are in right now, right? There are potentially signs that the government is stabilizing, and are you hopeful that the government would be more proactive to be able to push forward towards this better place?
I've been in the industry for 15 years, and to me, ini kali lah. This is the government that's going to make things right.
Right.
Improvement in regulations. The taxes have already been set.
Yes.
That's one thing good. The taxes have been set at 0% for local artists and 10% for international artists for KL and Selangor, which is where most of the concerts are being held. So this year, it was crazy in terms of the taxes because it was 25%. And nobody really pays, and it was so much confusion. But since our lobby, it's been set at this rate all the way to 2028.
Oh, it's pen to paper already.
All the way to that. And at least that gives us stability. Previously, we had to lobby every year for a reduction in tax because 25% is crazy. You set it at 25%, the entire industry will collapse. So every year we lobby, and we're lucky that every year we got, except for 2023, because there was a change in government in October 22. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. All right. So this tax, this 10% is only KL Selangor. Rest, kalau if I do a concert in Kuching,
currently it's 25%.
Wow.
Yeah. But the way entertainment tax is collected from concerts, and from theme parks and cinema is different, because the live performance landscape is diverse. There are small shows that has to 80 people, and then there's big shows with 80,000 people.
Correct.
Right. So the law is not set yet on how to collect for the entire spectrum, and it's not just here in Wilayah or in our capital. It's throughout the country. Some shows, if you do it in a hotel, in some states, you do it in a hotel, you don't get taxed. You do it in a convention center, you get taxed. And then the rate is still 25. So it's too high. So there is a negotiation going on, and then we get reduction. Some people, if there is a tourism support in there, we get 0%. If there is no tourism support, it ranges, depends on the negotiation.
Banyak cakap lah. Okay, we got some more banyak cakap coming up, because there's so much to cover, especially when it comes to the entertainment. But as the saying goes in the industry, we'll be back after the word from our sponsors.
Groove Asia, the world's #1 digital marketing software platform and fastest growing entrepreneurship community, is now free for life. Your complete digital products and services online sales system. All the tools you want to run your internet business. Everything you need to sell products and services online. No credit card, zero fees. It's just free. Discover the new better way to start an online business, build websites, and sell digital products. Create a full website with unlimited products and funnels, with free hosting, subdomain, and custom domain capability, and with more integrations so you can automate your business. It's truly the last online sales system you will ever need. Save thousands a month with free lifetime access to the top most powerful apps in the industry, including the #1 leading page and funnel building platform in the world, with thousands of brand new members making a switch over every single day. Plus, get free access to our private community, free live training, and free affiliate marketing business opportunity. Discover how to get started for free, secure your free lifetime membership today, and access your free software, training, and bonuses right now. Free for a limited time, only at grooveasia.cn.
Wow. You know what? Welcome back. Please listen to our sponsors because they're awesome. And also, we're speaking to Rizal. And the crazy thing about Rizal is, I just realized he's the first guest we never asked him about his history lah and all that.
Yeah.
Panjang.
He cakap boring. It's like,
Okay.
you're interested,
Okay.
man.
2 minutes of your history.
Sure.
Macam mana kau masuk this industry?
By luck, actually.
Okay.
From a comedian who is down and out of luck. The
Right.
late John Atherton from Australia. And he was so frustrated that the promoters were not paying the right fees, or didn't pay him.
Yep.
Fees. So he said, "Oh shit, I'm gonna do this myself." So he partnered with an old friend of mine. He's Rizalim. We went to uni together. So it's set up in Singapore. As soon as they set up in Singapore, I was like, let's do this in Malaysia. There's nothing like this in Malaysia. So we were the first to bring international comedians on a regular basis.
Right.
Because John has been a comic for that time, maybe 25, 30 years. And he was just bringing his friends down. So we started with KL, Singapore.
Yeah.
And then we went KL, Singapore, Bangkok, Jakarta, Manila, Phnom Penh, all over Asia.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Unfortunately, we were very young and dumb. So the whole circuit collapsed.
Right.
Yeah, because working with multiple partners is
Not
not
as
easy.
easy, yeah.
It's not easy, and especially it's our first time trying to do something like this. So to be honest, right now, it's round 2.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
Being more established, more funds available, understanding the laws of each country, and really understand how to create a real circuit. So I've set up companies across three countries so far. And I'm going to continue to expand in different countries to create, to bring John Atherton's dream to fruition. Yeah.
He'll be proud of that, bro. He'll be proud of that. But so from that to arguing with government, straight into it. Straight into it. So okay, let's go back to what you mentioned. All right, you said the tourism, you need the finance, and you need the
KTD.
So at the moment, where's the most resistance when it comes to bringing people down?
The most resistance, I think, I'm not to say resistance, but an underdeveloped area is getting full cooperation from Ministry of Tourism.
Right.
Yeah. So we've talked, where we've talked, but there is always that focus on local tourism.
Understand?
Yeah, wanting to have our beaches, people come to our beaches, appreciate the traditional cultures and whatnot. But for me, I believe that commercialization drives economy and growth. And concert and shows is the most commercial activity. There's a lot of numbers going around. Local vendors grow, hotels and transport, flight, they all benefit.
Agreed.
Yeah, the economic multiplier for concert is big. However, because the mindset of Malaysians is always, let's grow the spas, the theme parks to attract.
Right.
And because concert have always been dangerous. Too focus on concert, there'll be attacks. So that's why I said, the attacks have to stop. Once that stops, then we're able to grow.
Which is true, because you think about it, if someone's paying money to go for a concert, they're gonna sample all the goods around the concert as well. So cultures, scene, and all the things that you want to promote is already promoted within the ecosphere of everything. So that'll be interesting to see. But okay, let's talk about people coming in. Which one is easier to bring in, comedians or musicians? Too sensitive, is it?
No. Both have their challenges, because comedians, they have videos on what they say is too sensitive for Malaysia, all right? However, Jimmy Carr is coming. I'm bringing Jimmy Carr.
Yeah. I segue there for you. No problem.
Promo sikit.
Promo sikit. Free tickets satu ada. Sorry. Go continue.
When we announced Jimmy Carr, the comments that come in on social media say, "Hey, this guy, 90% of his content is going to get censored." Yeah. People always say that it's going to get censored, no point watching Jimmy Carr in Malaysia, and so forth. And no, I'm going to say right now, I don't censor the comics.
Yep.
It's up to the comic to understand the culture and find the level.
Yeah, the balance.
That level. And so far, when Jimmy was in Malaysia the last time, we understand a few things.
Wait, hold on. Remember, he's been here before.
He's been here before.
Okay, continue.
In a comedy show, the number one thing people can't do is you can't record.
Yes.
We won't even let you take a photo. Right? You can't record in a comedy show because we don't want what the comics say on stage going out on social media,
and then
anything that happens in a comedy show stays in the comedy show.
Okay, fair enough.
Just as long as you can talk about it.
Yeah, I like the rules. I like the rules.
But there is no evidence of the comic saying something. Okay, that's number one.
Which makes it sound wrong. It's not that. People can take things out of context.
IP.
People take things out of context. It's like, if you put a comma wrong within a sentence, it sounds wrong. You know what I mean? So anyway, it's just people taking things out of context. Nothing to hide. All right. Anyway, continue.
And people who come to a comedy show are ready to laugh.
Yeah.
They're not there to be offended.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
That's why tickets are expensive. So that people who come to a comedy show, they pay to enjoy themselves rather than be critical. I'm very against giving free tickets, to the wrong people especially.
Oh, I like wrong people. Continue.
And then they go to the show and they get offended.
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So that's why complimentary tickets are very scarce.
The way you looked at me.
Berasa bro.
No, but agreed. Okay, see, that's another thing. Okay, comedy is normally a satire or a weird outlook of the current norms. So if you look at certain comedians' jokes, 10 years ago, that was the norm. Now the norm has changed, so their style of comedy changes as well. So how do you deal with people talking about the past and not allowing people to change in the future? People like, everyone deserves a second chance, but 10 years ago you said this cannot. How do we deal with that?
The world of comedy has also changed so much in 10 years.
Yeah.
Because there's cancel culture now, and what a comedian can say 10, 20, 30 years ago is no longer allowed. Or they have to be smarter about it.
Right.
Yeah, they can't just blatantly say talk something, whether sensitive things like race, religion, and royalty. The 3 R's.
Yeah, the 3 R's. I love the 3 R's.
And even like topics like LGBT topics or death or rape, all these things. If you don't do it right, it can really offend people.
That's the problem. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, there are non-professional comedians who are spoiling the market with doing stupid things that destroy comedy.
Yeah.
So where's the navigation within that? Because comedians are lumped into one basket. So if one bad egg, everyone is affected. So
I mean, if you're talking about what happened in Crack House.
I'm not saying it. Saya tak cakap apa-apa.
No, because
but you know what I mean lah.
Yeah, again, it's because it was deliberately recorded. It was recorded.
That person wanted it.
Yeah, they wanted the attention, and they knew they were going to get attention the wrong way, and that's what so the intention was already there.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the same with Jocelyn Chia. Right. The intention was there to go viral. She knows the joke was controversial.
Yep.
Yet she herself put it out, or she allowed
it to go out.
It to go out. Maybe she wasn't. She didn't know how viral things was gonna get. But she knows that she's going to get a reaction from that video.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And to be honest, it did her good. She can never perform in Malaysia.
Okay. We're not condoning her accent. Comment on Sabah. We're just speaking facts here, okay?
As it is.
But, she's more popular than ever in the States.
Right.
Yeah, she's getting booked everywhere. Because she's gone viral and she has a story and she has the attention. It's the intention economy, isn't it? Yeah.
So this is where it gets tricky. Okay, this is where it gets tricky. You see, the first person who did it, the Crack House one, did it deliberately because she wants the attention, all right? But 100%. Didn't do it tastefully and destroyed the market, all right? And
we honestly set back the comedy bucket by 2 years.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, Jocelyn's story, what you just said, then now someone else is going to think, cool. Do you know what I mean?
So
how do we navigate that part?
No, for one thing, Malaysians shouldn't be so easily triggered. No, we are so easily triggered, and then the media likes to pick this up.
Yeah.
And then anything or anyone says or do something stupid, it becomes an international thing.
Yeah.
And we've gone through this so many times.
It's
so many occasions, someone will say something really not in line with today's world, and then it gets international media attention.
I give you this. Okay, this actually happened. If anyone wants to get angry with me, too bad. All right, but this actually happened. Sinead O'Connor became Muslim. All right, and there was a satire website in Ireland who put up a fake satire story saying Sinead O'Connor found out that Muslims can't drink, therefore now she's Hindu. It's a joke. Do you know how many local newspapers covered it? There was a group. But this is when I was back in radio, and when I saw it, I'm like, you just Google the website, you already see first satire news website. So I guess everyone should learn English, but
or comprehension.
Comprehension. But on that, so Malaysians shouldn't be too sensitive. But it goes back to our culture. Our culture is a more conservative culture. We have a Muslim thing, and we do respect that. We grew up to respect that, right? So,
well,
where's the navigation here?
Malaysia used to promote moderation.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think we should start using the word moderation again, because we have the extreme right mostly.
Yep.
Here in Malaysia, where everything has to be extremely Islamic, going to the more extreme side of Islam, and not the wonderful, beautiful religion of moderation that is practiced all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, even, you can see that Saudi is pushing a little bit more modernism and, I would say moderation into their country.
Right.
So Malaysia is going the opposite way. And I think we have the voices of moderation just have to be louder. We have to have the balls to go out and talk about it. And like in this podcast.
We're not saying anything bad. Suddenly I scared.
See?
No, I'm not scared. I'm never scared. The truth is, I'm never scared because I do believe every time I speak something, I just speak the truth. I use facts, and that facts can never go wrong. Of course, people can skew it in a different way and make it hard. But as a promoter, can I know how do you deal with negativity? What's the steps? Is there like steps that you like checklist? Oh, negativity happened. Checklist. Buka. Buat ni. Or it's just
for me. I don't poke the bear. Like okay, people have asked me. It's like, hey, Rizal, with all these conservative things happening in Malaysia, how do you tour Kumar? How do you do it?
I was just about to ask that. Pandai lah you. Silakan.
Segue.
Pandai. How?
So, well, for one thing, Kumar is a unique act. Yeah, that's how I position Kumar. Kumar is a unique act.
Right.
Kumar comes from our neighbor.
Yep.
You don't pick a fight with your neighbor.
Yeah.
You be friends with your neighbor.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and Kumar have been performing in Malaysia over 20 years.
Yes.
I think I was the first person to bring Kumar legally into Malaysia as a performer.
The scary word was legally. I don't explore that. Continue.
Since 2009, we when we got the permit for Kumar to perform. Before that, of course Kumar came and performed all the small clubs. Those days. All the smaller performances without any permit. So I was the first one to bring Kumar in as Kumar Reson. Yeah, not even Kumar the drag
Kumar.
queen. Kumar Reson and the government just okay. They didn't come to the show. So, but
now Kumar is famous.
Now Kumar is very famous, and so we previously they don't really care, or it was easier, but things get more and more strict.
Right.
10 years ago, nobody would think that LGBT. We had so many of these kind of shows all over KL. Right. The parties in KL for the LGBT group was like everywhere. But now, okay, fine. We have to stick by the law. Number two, the argument is that 90% of the audience are non-Muslim.
All right.
So let the non-Muslim have. The small group. Maybe I don't know. I think like 98% is non-Muslim. There's a few group that comes. So okay. So that's number two. Number three is for the past 2 tours.
Yep.
Kumar dresses conservatively in Malaysia.
Fair enough.
Does not cross-dress. We go for more androgynous look. We went the last tour. We went on a male Indian traditional look.
Fair enough.
So with this kind of like compromise, which Kumar hates because Kumar wants to be himself. But outside of Malaysia, Kumar wears a dress.
Right.
Inside of Malaysia, when Kumar is in Malaysia, Kumar follows the laws of
just
Malaysia.
to respect the law.
So respect.
Fair enough.
And then you can see that people's like, oh my god. Look at what Kumar is wearing in Malaysia post-show, right? It's like Kumar knows how to respect the cultures of Malaysia. And people respect that. And the most important criteria is Kumar is not LGBT
spokesperson.
No,
that's one thing. I'm going to go back.
Huge difference.
Go back to what you started with. The act. Kumar the act. Because if you know the person, it's very different from Kumar the act. So the act is the one that... So it's like a TV show. You watch a TV show and all the characters, they are playing characters, even though they're damn good at it and you fall in love with them. It's a character that is formed to entertain, which is the main reason for it. But Kumar is a brilliant person itself. So that's why I like the concept of what Kumar brings down. It's brilliant.
And with all of this drama that's going on, it's a lot of challenges. You've got the tides going from one spectrum to another. is the bottom line really worth it being in this industry as an organizer?
Soalan yang bagus.
As I mentioned earlier, this is the biggest year in concerts in the history of humankind. So I wrote on that. I don't know how long it will last. But people think this concert promoters make a lot of money.
Right.
But it's not necessarily the case. It depends on how you structure the deal. It's like any business. But when people calculate, Coldplay, average ticket price, 70,000 people datang, kira-kira, promoter mesti buat 20-30 juta. No.
Did you see that big screen they have there? Tahu berapa yang tu screen?
Production costs, artist costs, and so forth, logistics and whatnot, is huge. And a lot of these A-list artists do a percentage deal. So they take the highest percentage, sometimes up to 90 or even more than 90% profit, leaving the local promoter easily only between 5 to 10%.
Suddenly, behind the veil doesn't look so attractive anymore, right? Hey, but on good year, there was some bad things that happened. Like, I give you this. We mentioned Kumar being very respectful to the culture and doing that. The 1975. What's your point on that?
57.
70.
No,
57.
1957.
What year?
1957.
1957. 1957. I did I say 75?
Yeah, 75 is the year I was born.
That's why.
Itulah.
You got an insider's knowledge.
57. Okay, the 1957.
I was there that night. I was there at Good Vibes.
All right.
So what was the question? What
So
do you
the
want to know?
question on Kumar respecting the culture and 1975 not. All right. Okay. How do you, as a promoter, get your artists to respect? Because at the end of the day, the promoter kena habis, bro.
Yeah. I was the chief negotiator.
Right.
Between the promoter and our association, and with the government.
Okay.
Yes, the what happened is now we have the kill switch.
Yeah.
Which in itself is difficult to implement, but for the biggest concerts especially, is going to be implemented. I hope it never gets used. Yeah, my hope is the kill switch never gets
So there
used.
is a kill switch now.
Yeah. Well, it's not like one button, one red button. You imagine people
Press the red button!
He's so on stage, it's a procedure that allows the promoter to stop the concert if it goes beyond if it goes beyond the norm of a concert. And that's what happened at Good Vibes in 1957. He drank a little bit too much backstage.
He just went too far. Let's just say he went too far.
Yeah, he went too far.
Yeah.
And there were signs.
Yeah.
When he smashed the drone, he grabbed the drone
and
he smashed it.
Yeah.
And there was already a sign that
Like,
wait a minute, this guy's not right in the head. He might do something wrong. And the organizer actually already went backstage to speak to the manager to stop the concert. But because there is no protocol to stop the concert, it was going back and forth between the organizer and the manager. And by that time, everything was out.
I understand. Okay, I got a question. This is more on back end. I want to talk more, but on the back end, if you close the concert like that because they cross the line, do you still keep do you still have to pay them?
Okay, let's see. No. If it's a breach of contract due to the artist breaking the law of Malaysia, no, you don't.
So, okay. Okay. Now we know
clear breach of contract. Because in the contract, of course, every artist have to follow the laws of Malaysia.
Right.
And they breach that. Of course, there are consequences to that.
Okay. Okay.
So coming back to the question of how do we prevent? Number one, out of all the concerts, this is my argument. With my hujah. I'm saying that this cannot be treated as something that easily happens.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a rogue artist. British rock and roll, you think of the Rolling Stones and Oasis.
Don't bring them down.
And they're in their rock and roll mode. Tapi this 1957 a bit acah rock and roll.
They're 1975. I understand.
So it's a one-off thing.
Right.
It's a one-off thing because throughout the history of Malaysian concerts, this has never happened.
Yeah.
It's a one-off thing. So don't think that you have to go over the limit to prevent and put all these kind of stops.
Right.
I think the kill switch was just a response to the opposition in Parliament. They were asking, how do you prevent all this? Okay, we're going to do the kill switch.
Which is fair. I think the kill switch is fair. Then the onus will be on the promoter to save their rear end. But it's a fair thing. Okay. I don't think we've got much time left.
We don't have much time, so I think right now it's...
Yeah, I want to ask you just one thing. What do you hope for in the moving forward? And second one is, next year, who else is coming? Or who you wish can come? Go.
All right. Well, first of all, of course, I think Malaysia should push forward to create something really special.
Right.
For example, Japan has the Golden Week, where the period of about 10 days, there's so many things happening. Many things happen in Japan, and the number of tourists and people come in, hotels are full. Most of the time, you don't go unless you would really want to experience, because the Golden Week is just too many things happening, too many people come. But that's a good problem, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have that. Create something like that so that we are able to put Malaysia on the map, saying that, hey, Malaysia welcomes people, and we have the celebration of different cultures in Malaysia.
Yeah,
I like that.
Our roots of Malaysia through the Asia.
Yeah, I like that.
Asia.
I like that. Okay, and who's coming next year?
And who's coming next year? Well, for one thing, I'm focused on the next Kumar tour. Where I think Kumar has so much talent, and we want to bring Kumar international. So that's one of my key focus, to bring Kumar international. We have Jimmy Carr coming 14th. We have a 14th January in Plenary Hall, KLCC. Tickets on sale at llasia.bigtix.io. Anyway, I have Korean artist ALIFE coming in June 2024. She's beautiful and has an amazing voice. And although she's a little bit niche, but I know she has a big fan base here in Malaysia.
I like that. All right, man. Looking forward to all this. And, once again, guys, put it in the comments. Tell us what you think about the Malaysian arts industry and how you want it to move forward. We'll continue this conversation under there. And as the credit rolls, we're going to twist his arm to see whether we can get some tickets to give to you. But I don't know, he looks stronger than me. But, I will try. Okay? If we get enough likes, we'll twist it enough. All right, but anyway, thank you so much, Rizal. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me, JJ. Thanks.